Welcome to the Movie Talk Show with Dave D.C. Callari from DC Unboxed and from the Screenwriter's Room, the screenwriter himself, Rob Alvarenga. Now, here is your host, Joe Zapata.
Joe Zapata here. Welcome to Movie Talk, where we talk about movies, movie trailers, and all that Hollywood rumors or whatever is going on in Hollywood. And I can't do that alone without my team here. I got Rob Alvarenga. What's up, Robbie?
What's going on, fellas? Happy anniversary, baby. Love you.
Happy anniversary. That's right. You and your girl. You and your wife, right?
That's right.
How many
9
years?
happy years.
How many years?
9.
9. Okay. All right. And also from DC Unboxed, Dave Callari. What's up, Dave?
Yo, was it?
What is going on, guys? You're all right? You doing all right? You seem a little bit tired.
Yeah, I was watching Lanterns and
Riveting stuff.
Oh, it's pretty good. I just was comfortable.
Yeah, it's really good. All right, guys, let's get started. And the first news I want to talk about is actually on a sad note, and we've been doing it every week for actually a little bit, was the passing of a talented actress, Hayden Panettiere. She passed away at 36 years old, and it was really sad. She obviously had some problems. I don't want to, speculate on what she died of. I don't know. There was rumors of, some overdose. I don't know. But whatever it is, she was a talented actress. She passed away. My friend, she's from Nyack by Pearl River. You know that. She's from.
I did not know that.
Yes,
wow.
She grew up in Nyack Pearl River area, because my friend, I don't know if he went to school with her or played with my friend John, and he said she was from that area. Very talented actress, very nice. It's really unfortunate. I knew her from Nashville. Heroes is when I first got turned on to her. I saw her. I was like, wow, that was really cool. Dave, did you hear about the passing? It's very unfortunate. Tell me what you think about this with Hayden.
Yeah, man, she's been going through it for years. Between whatever abuse she had, I think, from her mother, and then passing of her brother a few years ago, and the postpartum. I don't know if you saw, there was a interview she had on the Jay Shetty podcast, and
yeah, that's right.
She was talking about how when she was on Kelly and Michael, she started to talk about her postpartum, and then she said she got a call from Neutrogena, who she'd been with for 10 years, and they were like, "Yeah, we got to let you go," because of having that conversation.
Wow.
And I was surprised, but it's very unfortunate. I think some of the reports say that it was just cardiac arrest. There was nothing involved, and it's
Yeah, it's really sad. Rob, did you hear? You heard about the news. I texted you guys in the morning when I heard it. Very tough. What did you think about this talented actress?
Just sad that we couldn't save the cheerleader. That's one thing that I'll remember. Save the cheerleader, save the world, from her turning heroes, and that's
Heroes, yeah.
Just like you. That was my first introduction to Hayden, and talented, yes. It's really, she really showed off her what she was capable of, really, on that show, in my opinion, in Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
But she really could do anything, and she was in the Scream movies, and I know she's been in more movies again than you probably people out there realize.
Yeah.
It's just it's tough, because it seems like she was really going through it, and it's just like for example that the Neutrogena situation. It's like she's going through it and didn't feel like a lot of people had her back, unfortunately. And so when she was really when she in her biggest need, it doesn't seem like it like she had it. And unfortunately, then she passes away, and it sucks. I mean, 36 years old. I mean, what do you say? It's like she has so much more life in front of her, and she leaves her children. I think it's more than one child. I know she has one child.
Yes. One with a boxer. The boxer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So it's just very tragic, and it just sucks. It's just like, when someone's really going through it, there shouldn't be any judging. If someone's really going through it, just be supportive, especially if somebody that's in the public view, offer that support, because they smile for us. You just don't know what's going on behind that smile, and unfortunately, it's something that was really deep and hard for her, and it led to this.
Yeah. So our condolences to the family, the children, everyone. Very sad. Young, 36-year-old, shouldn't be happening, but unfortunately, this is what it is. On the next topic, Lanterns finally debuted on Sunday, August 16th. We all got to see it. I'm going to tell you right now, I loved it. I think that those two characters, Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierce, play those roles perfectly. They are exactly those characters. And we're going to talk about spoilers, guys. So if you don't want to hear, listen, don't listen. But look, we're going to talk a little bit about spoilers. That ending shocked me, and I don't think it's real. But I mean, because I can't deal with that, because I really got hooked onto Hal Jordan real quick. He was just, I was like, wow, this is my guy. And then boom, he's gone. I'm like, shit. But this is what it was. Great, True Detective, great episode. I'm hooked. Like I said, it's still going on. We got a lot of flashbacks back and forth. I don't know. Great episode. Rob, you got to see it. What did you think of the episode of Lanterns?
Amazing start to this series. They weren't playing around when they said this was like a True Detective style type of presentation. I mean, it's literally a space cop investigation series. Something's going down in his town, which is happens to be the town where Hal originally got his ring, and you got aliens involved. We kind of like already been spoiled with who the aliens are, which are shape shifting aliens, manhunters. So it's hitting hard with Hal, because it has something to do with how he became Green Lantern, and we're like thrown right in the middle of like a transition, really, where the Guardians the Space Guardians that assigned the Green Lanterns their rings, they've already chosen John Stewart to actually replace Hal Jordan, and Hal Jordan's just having a real tough time with it. So I mean, the dynamic is awesome. These actors are nailing it. Aaron Pierre he's awesome. I mean, every single time it's like you just felt like his presence. It didn't seem like he talked a lot, but when he did, it was just like whoa. And I don't know, that ending. I'm with you. That better be some kind of like that's an alien making out to be Hal Jordan, because I had fears that maybe they were gonna do, maybe Hal Jordan does die, but maybe at the end of the series, don't tell me he's already dead, and now it's just like flashbacks here and there, because that'd be a bit of a bummer.
Yeah, I mean, I can't wait for Superman 2, because he's going to be in it. I guess John Stewart's going to be in it apparently.
Yeah.
So that's going to be really great, because I love how he's playing the role right now. Dave, you got to see it just now, probably. What did you think of it?
Well, I didn't finish it, so thanks for ruining it. Like 10 minutes to go.
Oh, shit.
He did say spoiler warnings. What
do you do? Log off. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes.
Hal Jordan dies at the end.
I do really like it. I think it looks beautiful. It's shot great. The performances so far are good. Did both of you guys forget, like, we had his like AI construct in the first like 3 minutes of the show? Why couldn't it be that at the end?
That's true.
So I would be hard pressed to think they're gonna pull him episode 1, but at the same time, if you all saw Kevin Smith's He-Man Revelations a few years ago when they killed He-Man in episode 1 and he was gone to like episode 5, sometimes that's what you got to do to make it interesting. So but judging by the strength of the characters so far, and the fact that we do kind of jump around a little bit, the show could still work. And if that's what they're giving us, all right, it's fine.
Yeah. So you don't think, well, you didn't see it finishing the end of it, but I didn't want to say anything. But I'll wait till you watch the end of it and then ask a couple of questions. But it was, again, great episode. I enjoyed it a lot. I can't wait for next Sunday, because it's going to be another great episode. And that will lead into Superman. And I can't wait for Jon Stewart to be in Superman, because I could see them two working perfectly together. He seems really talented.
Yeah. How is Guy Gardner going to fit into this series? I don't know. He doesn't fit. No. I know he shows up somewhere, but
yeah, because Guy Gardner is a little bit silly, and this is a very True Detective, very serious tone.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's still 10 years. It's still 10 years ago, though.
Yeah, you're true. That's true.
Yeah, I guess.
All right, guys. Well, again, next week, Lantern season second episode will be dropping. So we'll see what happens. Now I want to talk about D23 highlights. D23 was obviously over the weekend. A lot of big things happened over that D23. A lot of big news. We had Incredibles 3, Lilo and Stitch, Simpsons movie, Ice Age movie. Then we had a bunch of teaser trailers. One of the trailers we had was Ahsoka season 2, which I actually enjoyed, the season 2 trailer. But one of the other ones, Star Wars, was Starfighter teaser with Ryan Gosling. I thought that was fantastic. Rob, Dave, did you see this trailer? I'll start with you, Rob. Did you see this trailer at all? What did you think of this trailer?
I did. It did its job. I'm really kind of like, I'm just being very cautious with any future Star Wars projects because, apologies for anyone that enjoyed that movie, but The Mandalorian and Grogu was a tough deal for me to get
Yeah.
through to the
Mhm.
point where just like, I don't know if I'm ready for any more Star Wars things coming out under this regime.
Mhm.
But the trailer did its job, and
Mhm.
I think who Ryan Gosling's character was not, I don't want to say spoiled because the I think the showrunner told everybody who it was.
Yep.
So I think there's a I mean, it seems like we're saying this a lot about every Star Wars project, but it seems like there's a lot riding on this particular project. Ashoka I thought was a good series. There were some things they still kind of jumped the shark with, but it wasn't well received across the board. So
Mhm.
I'm glad that they're going with season 2 with that.
Mhm.
But Starfighter, for everything I've been hearing about, it's one of these projects that they're like, what, this is how we're gonna get the fan base back and hooked.
Mhm.
We'll see. But as far as the trailer goes, I mean, it did its job. It looks good.
Okay. Dave, did you see the Ahsoka season 2 trailer or the Starfire trailer? What do you think of
I saw neither, but I think Disney needs to check its contracts with itself. Like, you guys can pause on Star Wars for a little bit.
You think Mandalorian and Grogu actually really hurt them? I think they should not have put that out there.
I wanted to like it because those, the show started off really strong, but now the show started off. That was like 5, 6, 7 years ago. Was season 1.
Yep.
And it just didn't wrap anything up. Like, clearly would have been the next season. Thinking they would have made maybe another season or a feature film after whatever the season was. It just
Mhm.
it was too long. It didn't do anything. There was no resolution. Grogu still doesn't. He's like Bumblebee. Doesn't say anything. It's stupid. Listen. We're also running into. We're almost at like that Ryan Gosling saturation point. Where like he almost, because you see him in everything.
Mhm.
It's almost like Ryan Reynolds. Now you see Ryan Reynolds in whatever. He's just Deadpool. He's just Wade Wilson in everything.
Yeah.
So it's like,
100%.
That's true. Yeah, Ryan Gosling's had he's had a big year for him. It's great, with Project Hail Mary and now being the new Ghost Rider or everything. So
Mhm.
yeah, there is something to that because by the time this thing rolls around, I'm sure he's gonna have another project just gonna pop up out of nowhere because he's the hot name now.
Yeah.
And you go from Barbie to Ghost Rider to Hail Mary and Ghost Rider and now this. I mean, there's nothing wrong with doing like these franchise parts, but I also get the feeling that if he keeps it up enough, part of him is gonna be like, I need to get away from doing this type of thing, and then just go back to doing like The Notebook.
Mhm. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that. I just feel like he's in this weird section of his career where he's hot, people want him, he's good. It's not that he's not talented. It's not that people don't want to see him, but I just don't want to see him in everything. Because like you said, then you're just like, I'm watching Ryan Gosling on the screen instead of like I can get immersed in whatever character he's trying to show us.
Yep.
He's trying to make that retirement money.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I see. And let's go to the MCU a little bit. We also had the Vision Quest trailer teaser that dropped. That looks really interesting. We got to see Ultron there in his human form a little bit. I thought that was pretty good. Looks pretty interesting. Dave, did you see the trailer for the Vision?
I'm still behind. I saw nothing from D23.
Jesus, where you been?
Yeah.
Well, you were on vacation.
A ton of things going on, but I hope that it's good because WandaVision started off Marvel TV with a bang. I thought that was really good. Mm-hmm. Even the first episode, or however many episodes it was that was still black and white before it gave us the business. I thought it was great. Mm-hmm. And then we wondered where we didn't have White Vision for 6 years at this point. So there's been so much that's happened in Marvel since then. Mm-hmm. I hope that they can make this make sense because I don't know if the scripts have been laying around since the first season. Because if they have been, they definitely need to be reworked. Mm-hmm. It's kind of like I don't want to see it get sucked into Black Widow territory where like, yeah, it was fine. It's just like 3 years too late.
Yep, 100%.
Where like, where does it fit into the narrative? What's going on? Like Wanda's dead. I don't even know if I care about White Vision at the moment. It's been so long since we got anything.
Yeah, it's been a while. Rob,
Especially
what
when you hit us with the secondary Doomsday trail. I'm like, well, who cares about Vision?
That's the tough part right
Yeah,
there,
we're
because
gonna talk
the
about that.
second Doomsday trailer came out.
Yeah, we'll get to that. What do you think of the Rob? What do you think of it? Vision.
I liked it a lot. It's I didn't realize that they were in the process of doing kind of like a WandaVision kind of like trilogy, because evidently
Okay.
this is the last portion of I didn't realize that, even though we knew that Agatha was in the Vision, I mean WandaVision,
Hmm.
as the villain, and she gets her own show, but evidently they use that as kind of like part of this whole trilogy now. So Vision Quest is supposed to kind of wrap things up finally, because
Hmm.
to today's point, a 6 year kind of like spread out like trek, it's kind of tough to follow when it's a TV show and you
Hmm.
don't even realize that this is kind of like a continuation of
Hmm.
that story. So but from what I've seen so far, I like the approach, because this is like the where I believe Marvel/Disney, they could get really creative, because with Vision, you're gonna have some kind of budget for the special effects, but only so much. So to save money, and try to find like real actors, or find reasons to have real actors in Vision Quest, it seems like they found out a way to do it, because all evidently it seems like this story is gonna take place in Vision's mind, as he's
Hmm.
kind of like trying to reboot and trying to find out
Correct.
what it means, who he really is he has a name, but he's not the same person. So in his
Correct.
mind, it's gonna be like all these factors that make him up, which one of them
Yep.
is Ultron. So it's cool to see they Spader there. That's really cool. I
Yep.
mean, he's a great actor. He's gonna be entertaining for sure. I believe it's the same people that did WandaVision, and if they have that same like chemistry as far as like storytelling goes, this looks like this could work. So
Yep.
I'm very curious to see how this is. It looks good to me.
Yep. And James Spader, he actually gets called Papa because actually he's the one who created
Oh
Vision. If you think
yeah,
about it.
technically
He's like,
that is
oh,
his
Papa.
dad.
He calls him Papa in there. He's like, I'm home. Yeah. So it looks kind of interesting. Looks really good. I can't wait to actually watch it because I
And they
enjoyed
find
it.
the other kid, his other son,
Yes.
somehow.
Yeah. The other son's there. Yeah, exactly. So it looks good. I can't wait to see it when it drops. Also, we got MCU. They dropped the X-Men cast was revealed. We got a big cast now. And I really loved it. And especially we now know who Adam Driver is, and he will be Mr. Sinister. That's he came out there and said he's going to be Mr. Sinister. It looks great. Some of the people, the girl who plays from Obsession, who's going
Yeah.
to be Rogue. That was an interesting one. I heard that was going around. Chris Abbott as Professor X. Who else do we got? We got Sadie Sink, obviously, as Jean Grey. We got Maya Boyd as Storm, right? Is that her name? Maya
Yep.
Boyd?
My boy.
Yep, she's going to be Storm. And I think the cast is really coming along. Really looks good. Rob, I guess start with you. What do you think of that cast? You like it?
I mean, it's great. I mean, for the most part, I think almost all of these actors are theater actors. Like they not just off Broadway. I'm talking like in Broadway shows. Maya Boyd is like she's an insanely talented singer,
Hmm.
and I think she just finished taking a turn in an Antonio Award winning play.
Hmm.
Indy Navarrete, the Obsession girl. I mean, well, she's the new hotness, so of course they're gonna cast her. For some reason, people have a problem with her being Rogue, which I don't get at all.
I don't get it either.
So it's like I don't know what you were looking for. So, but I think she's gonna do great.
Mhm.
We already know about Samara Weaving. Chris Abbott's, he's another solid actor. He's kind of seemed disinterested at D23, so I don't know what was his problem. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, but and then of course Kit Connors, the new Cyclops, which I don't know if you've seen his latest pics, but this guy's bulking up.
No, really, I
Like
didn't see it.
yeah, yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
it?
This guy's his arms is just all jacked and everything. I'm like, all right, you go, boy.
Wow, this is a very young cast because they want to obviously have it. But you think about it, when the first X-Men came out with a young Hugh Jackman, it was the same young ages, the same as they were this cast. Looks really good. Dave, what do you think of the cast? You like this cast?
Well, I stand by what I said previously about. I think it is what it is, but I feel like if Doomsday is great, then these guys have all this pressure to be like, well, you have to do as good as our old X-Men cast that we know and love.
Mm-hmm.
And if for some reason Doomsday doesn't do so great, they'll be like, well, you guys got to make up for the shit show that Doomsday was. But everybody looks great. I'm very curious to see like where they start the story, because like everyone is so young, right?
Yes.
And even to Rob's point, yeah, when the first X-Men hit in, what was that, 2002?
Yes.
You know, most of these guys were the same age that Hugh Jackman was at that time.
Correct.
He still didn't look. He kind of looks the same today at like 57 than he did, you know, back then. I feel like, you know, I don't know. They definitely do look young, so you can get away with almost like a first class kind of story, which would be interesting. It'd be great to. It's cool that we're getting them how we're getting them, but they're really just like thrown into the mix from the characters that we know from 20 some odd years ago. Yep. So to either do a reboot or whatever happens in Doomsday that transitions into this, I think, well, this is going to be really one of the first times we're going to get like a true reboot of characters in the same universe. Like, right, Spider-Man's different. But Tom Holland is the first Spider-Man in Marvel. We're clearly already getting the X-Men, but now this will be the first reboot of characters, of new characters in the same universe. So
yep,
there it goes.
There it goes. I'm looking forward to this cast. I think they're going to do a really great job and knock it out of the park. At D23, obviously the big one was the Doomsday trailer. That was the big one. I saw that trailer. I watched it like 4 times. That trailer looked amazing. I can't wait. And the ticket sales they're saying right now in my opening weekend will be over $1 billion. How crazy is that?
Really?
That's what they're saying. They're saying right now the ticket sales for Doomsday, it might open to over $1 billion. And could be the first maybe $3 billion movie.
That's nuts.
That's crazy, right? That is crazy. I love that trailer. I watched it so many times. Dr. Doom looks like the Avengers are fucked. Let's put it that way. They are fucked. That's what I gotta say. There's no way around it, you know. And you're like I said, to be honest with you, like if you're friends and if you watch the trailer, he's like, oh, you know, he was so nice. Sue Storm talks about how, you know, Victor was so nice. But if you have a last name Doom, aren't you going to be just a little bit cautious?
Just telegraphed a little bit.
You're going to be like, you know, like if your last name was Murderer, you'd be like, I don't know if we're going to be friends. I don't know. But I love this trailer. It was a great trailer. I can't wait for this movie. Dave, what did you think of this trailer?
I thought it was awesome. I'm kind of disappointed. I only saw it once. So it looks great. We got a lot of little bits of scenes that were cool. I really enjoyed Sue and Reed talking about Doom. Obviously, we still didn't get to see what he looks like. The only complaint, I don't even know why I got to complain about it. Like going into Infinity War and Endgame, we knew how dangerous that Thanos was, and I know they're really trying to show us how powerful Doom is, but you kind of don't have a choice because he's just showing up now. So he's the first movie he is in is the one that he has to, you know, solidify his presence and his power set. So
yeah, that's a good point.
It could be great. It could fall flat. I don't think it's going to, but it's the only thing I missed is a little bit of that like build up to be like, ooh, what's this guy got?
Yeah, I got my tickets already. Rob, what do you think about this trailer?
I'm excited about it. It's like, you know what, the lack of build up, that was one thing that was a bit of a concern. But you know what, this trailer did it. Now talk about a trailer that did its job. I mean, wow, you know, it's like you finally got some motivation with why Dr. Doom is doing this. A lot of crumbs, like everybody's been living stolen lives. Now you got to bring it back. Now you got to give them back. You know, so that's just another great way to spell out reboot. But it just says that there's not a lot of people that are going to make it out of this thing alive.
Nope.
You know, it just seems like they're setting up, you know, there's, again, no build up with Doom, but what they are building is what Doom's gonna do. And I think that is what's fueling the, you know, now the intrigue with Doomsday. Like, you know, how did Doom get here and what is he gonna do with all this power? It just seems like, you know, it's getting you tingles, you know, because it's like this is not the best Avengers team assembled. No. So it's like, you know, so it's like they're up against it. And it just seems like they're setting up for mass hero death.
Yeah, 100%. I think one of the greatest lines is when he says, "Hell answers to me." That's
Such a
and then,
Doom
and then
line, man.
that's a great line, man. Hell answers to me, and all the senators wake. They wake up. That's looks tremendous. And Robert Downey Jr. If you look at his eyes under the mask, you could tell it's him. But
Oh,
even
yeah.
his acting through the mask, you can see he just looks the way he looks at the picture and stuff. He's gonna knock it out of the park, man. Who knows? He might even win an Oscar for not even showing his face. That's crazy. I think it's amazing. Can't wait for this movie. When it comes out, and it's gonna be tracking. They say close to maybe 1 billion opening weekend. How insane is that?
Movies are back, baby. Movies are back.
Movies are back, right? And speaking of Spider-Man, Spider-Man Brand New Day is up over 2 billion. They're saying it's like 2.1, I think 2.2. Man,
That's
these things
great
are
stuff. I mean,
yeah.
Brand new tax return.
I think they said Tom Holland's going to get paid something around close to, I think maybe around 100 million with the back end stuff.
I mean, listen, if he learned anything from being taught by Robert Downey, it's get in on the back end deals. Don't just take all the money up front.
Yep, 100%. Rob, you just switched around in there. I saw you back ended in. I was like, who's talking?
Yeah. I felt some funkiness happening with the reception. I'm like, oh no, we're switching this time.
Yeah. So looking forward to Doom. It's going to be great. Can't wait for it around Christmas. All right, guys, let's get a couple of questions in here real quick and wrap it up. Let's see what we got here. This one here, and this one is for you, Dave. I got two actually that came in for you, Dave. Robin from Teaneck, New Jersey says, Mr. Dave, Ghostbuster expert, did you know Vigo the Carpathian was played by two actors? Clue, MS and WH. I know, wasn't it, he was played by two actors. One did the voice, I think, and one did the body.
If that's what he means, yeah, there was, I forget the actor's name who did
William something, and then there was like maybe
William von Hillenberg or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
And then
wasn't it like Max?
Then Max von Sydow did.
Correct.
Did
Yes. Yes, there were two actors. Yeah, I do
the
remember.
crazy thing about that is they did not tell William that they were, or Willem, whatever, that they were going to dub his voice. They David Proust him.
Oh wow.
So the story is during the premiere he got up and left.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
But like Max von Sydow was like, he's got the voice, so like yeah.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you gotta do that,
Boom, Robin, we got it.
Yeah, Robin's got another question too. She says another one. She's like, Robin again from Teaneck, New Jersey says, Ghostbusters Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, but Slimer was never called Slimer in any of the movies. So where did he get his name? Cartoon? ?
Yeah, from the cartoon. The original movie, the first movie, he was called Onion Head because of the way his head was shaped, and then Slimer just came in. He's never even been called Slimer in any of the movies, period. But that's just what they call him. I think he shows up in the Ghostbuster 2 credits. He is credited as Slimer.
Oh, really? Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they don't ever use his name, but the little like magnifying glass turns on him is like, and Slimer. So, but it's just from the cartoon. I know the character became popular in the cartoon. I didn't think it was that popular because Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters were the worst episodes of that run.
Yeah. Okay. Makes a good point. All right. Let's see. Next one we got here from Henry R. He says, I know DC is struggling against Marvel.
I'm doing fine.
But Lantern's debut was fantastic and Clayface looks great. Why are they canceling all the other shows like Booster Gold and Waller? Well, I don't think Booster Gold is canceled. I think
they're finding a new showrunner or
new
writer. Like that.
Yeah, they're doing something new with that. They're getting a new maybe writer, director. I don't know. Waller was canceled. I do know that. But I don't know. Maybe it could be with that merger. I have no idea what's going on. But I know DC is struggling a little bit, but I think they'll be back.
I don't think they're struggling. I certainly don't think they're struggling against Marvel. I think Marvel's struggling against Marvel, to be honest. Regardless of how awesome Spider-Man is doing right now, for the most part, a lot of what we've gotten post Endgame is, we've said this all the time, is of varying quality. I think DC is actually is trending upwards. Granted, okay, so everyone's still in post Supergirl panic for no reason, and just listen. You get rid of Booster Gold, okay, fine, whatever. And Waller, the concept is great. I think it's interesting. And Viola Davis is tremendous in that role, and she's a tremendous actress. But unless Task Force X continues to be a thing, and at the end of Peacemaker, she's in prison, right?
Yep.
So
That's right.
what do we don't really need to go backwards, and I'm pretty sure James Gunn just kind of wants to push the overall narrative forward. So I'm not really surprised that they would get rid of that. I don't think it's a sign of the studio struggling. I think it maybe it's just like, hey, here's what we have on the slate over the next 3 to 5 years, as Marvel's done. We've seen all the, hey, where's Blade? We're never gonna get Blade. So I just think it's just like, all right, these are the ideas that we had. These are the things that are hitting. Things aren't written yet. So as you start to write and bring things together, you start to really kind of hone in on where you want the narrative of the universe to go. And some things just get lost at the wayside.
Yep. 100%.
I just, my whole thing is that, you got to have projects that are pitched or promoted, especially in these conventions and whatnot. And to your point, yeah, some of them, for whatever reasons, either they don't happen, they don't come together, or it just doesn't fit into the overall plan anymore. My whole thing is like, as long as there is still a plan, okay, then they should be okay. Was Supergirl disappointing? Yes. It's going to lose them a lot of money? Yes, but that is also $1 billion company. So, they could absorb it as long as they have the plan ahead. They have that 5-year plan, and they don't rush into anything to like scramble. So as long as these cancellations are not signs of panic, it should be okay.
Yeah. I mean, I do want to see Batman soon on screen. I mean, I wish they would have him. We're going to have maybe 2 Superman movies and no Batman. So it's kind of like I'm waiting for Batman, to come. But, I guess.
Yeah, I really think that Matt Reeves franchise is really putting a wrench into everything. Because I think they want to give us Batman Brave and the Bold, but we have to wait for the Batman.
Yep, the Batman. Correct.
And we had I still never finished it, but what I saw of the Penguin was really good. And again, that's tied to the Matt Reeves universe. So like everything that was good about that universe is just stagnating right now. And even though I'll see the Batman 2 when it comes out, I really don't know how it fits anywhere, if at all.
Yeah, and that's another one. The Penguin season 2 got canceled, I believe.
Yes, it did get canceled.
You have no choice. You can't have a second season of the Penguin before the sequel of Batman comes out.
Yeah, you got a point, Dave.
Well, that'd be hilarious. Hilariously silly to do.
Good point. All right, guys, last question here. Billy H says, bold statement here, but Doomsday will beat all box office records. Well, I mean, I think we're going to agree. I think that's going to definitely beat most of the records.
Ever?
I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, it's trending right now. Like I said, it's going to be opening weekend of 1 billion, which is going to be really big. So
I mean, if those numbers hold, then this thing will take down a lot of records for sure.
Yeah, definitely will. It's going to be
Spider-Man did what it did, which I did not expect. I knew it was going to do well, but I didn't think it would go back to like old pre-COVID numbers. So if it settles in around, another, it gets another small bump, which it probably will. Doomsday can probably settle in like between the top 3 and 4, maybe top 5, which we know is between like Titanic, Force Awakens, Endgame. Like they're all up there. Yeah. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was up there. It'd be great if it was.
Yep. Endgame's going to make $3 billion because they're re-releasing it. Don't forget. Yep. That's going to push it over the mark, and that's going to be the number 1 movie all time. So that's going to make $3 billion. The first movie to make $3 billion will be Endgame. Will this do it? I don't know, but I bet you it's going to be up there. It's going to be close. So we'll wait and see. All right, guys. Another great week, guys. Dave, we'll talk to you. Rob, talk to you next week, guys.
All right, guys.
All right. You guys, man. Talk to you later.
Started from nothing. Jersey streets, we owned it. Jay-Z pumping iron. Body builder coated. Beings on the course.